What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode 17 of my Tottenham Football Manager 2018 Let's Play series. Thanks again for the good response on the previous video as we played the Community Shield, and now we're going to get into the first Premier League game of the season. We'll play against Burnley. So if you could smash 100 likes once more, I would greatly appreciate that, and I'll continue uploading every single day. That's what I want to try and do from now, have a daily upload in this series, and maybe even build up, if I build up my recordings to 2 every single day. I'm going to start recording a lot as we are in the season proper, the pre-season, as you know. To get the moves right and how you want. I personally spend a lot of time on that anyway. So now, it's just 2 days until the game. That's why I'm starting it now, because actually, the Premier League transfer window has closed. I thought it was an interesting time. Obviously, in the middle of August, normally it's at the end of the month. So, yeah, I don't really know the case, and that did happen. Just for example, obviously we sold Eric Dyer, but if we just go to make an offer, we're not trying to sign him or anything. Just, there might be not enough time, so that means like the window's closed. So yeah, that was a bit different, but I already made my move, so I don't really mind. It's the start of the season. I actually don't mind it closing if it was like that, but anyway, we were the biggest spenders, and that did come from selling Eric Dyer to Manchester City. That could, like, already it's been like a controversial move, I guess you can say, with some of you guys not 100% agreeing with that, but hopefully I can prove throughout the season that my signings were good. But that's not something I think about so much, like I need to prove my signings were good or something like that. I just play the game, and yeah, even, you know, when you're playing Football Manager, you get an offer, then you just negotiate it, and sometimes it just gets accepted, even though you didn't actually plan to sell that player. So it wasn't like planned for me, like to sell Eric Dyer to Manchester City. It's just something that happens, and you're like, oh, that amount got accepted. Like, I didn't actually expect 80 million to get accepted. That's why I was surprised. I thought, yeah, they would have went away. They would have not really accepted that, and they just would have declined it, essentially. And then we all move on and continue. But it didn't really happen. And you're like, okay, that's an interesting thing. And we look for a replacement. That's how it essentially went. And also, guys, on my new microphone, I just bought, it just came by itself, didn't come with anything else, so I just bought a pop filter for it, which will come in a few days, hopefully as soon as possible. So, yeah, those kind of sounds. If you don't really know, maybe you can search it, but yeah, if you make videos, you know, with recording, that kind of thing to, yeah, stop those little popping sounds. So, yeah, that will be coming over the next few days, but I think it's been alright without it so far. I just want to increase that quality, if you're wondering. Then to register the squad for the Premier League, Gazaniga, he requested to be on the transfer list, which I did. That will make him at least as happy as he can be. He's not really happy because he's not playing first team football, but yeah, the deadline ended, so not much we can do about that at this point. But as I said, don't really mind. He's just that, yeah, backup in case keeper. This has been one of the biggest things in the pre-season we've been looking towards. If you think about a real-life situation, this is what the fans will be looking for in the whole club. New era dawns at New White Hart Lane. A new era will dawn for Tottenham Hotspur supporters on Saturday as the club will officially move into their brand new stadium and play their first competitive fixture there. The 61,000 capacity New White Hart Lane will welcome Burnley. As it's a podcast just talking about Burnley there. It's just, yeah, this is like a new chapter in the history. It would have been nice to start this save with that, because I guess we finished off the season, the previous season, we won the Premier League. So, yeah, hey, we're still a new era. We're still a new era anyway. Over 58,000, almost 59,000 there expected to be sold. So, yeah, it's a big day for us. But we had a bigger capacity because we were playing at Wembley in the previous season. But I guess we just forget about that now, and yeah, new era dawns. How about that for a newly promoted Ipswich Town, winning 2-0 on the first day for them? They got to be happy. Great start for them. It's always good for a newly promoted team, because that gets you, yeah, it does get you that good start away from the relegation zone, and especially if you can, even if you don't continue to exactly win a lot of games from there, but you pick up draws, you keep picking up points so you don't fall below that area. So it's a good start for them. Obviously, they still have to keep it up. There's still a lot of games in the season. But, yeah, you can't complain with that. Ideal start for them. But, of course, after last season, there's going to be some bigger expectations. Because we won the Premier League, the expectation is to do it again. But also, we are favourites. So, in terms that the media sees us, I suppose it's partially because we won it last season, but also with the improvements in the squad. Don't forget young Anderson coming through. We got through the regen intake last season. He was the hottest prospect. Also, we got a striker with very, very good finishing in Marcus Sheldon. He's got some decent potential himself. Look at that development. That is pretty good. His physicals, some of those going up in their attributes. So he's looking like if his other attributes can become decent, his finishing should go from 17th. That's only 3 more. That should get to 20 because he's only 16. Like, you think all these other attributes, surely his technique will at least get to 10. Surely his heading will at least get to 12. So why can't the finishing get to 20? And then that's what I'm just saying. If all of his other attributes are decent, like if he could have some 12s and 13s that are important attributes for his position, and if he ends up having 20 finishing, he could actually be lethal. But they're onto that as well to reach the semi-final of the Champions League. Don't forget, we made the final last season. Lost against Manchester City. So that kind of makes me think about it, though. We did sell Dyer to the team we lost in the Champions League final, so maybe that won't be a good move if Dyer proves to be the difference. We just have to see at this point. Because don't forget the replace. Like, we brought... That's how I saw it. Like, Emre Can, like, he's the exact position replacement, but he's got more to his game. So I feel like that's and I think someone talked about his number 2. That was like the lowest available, and I would have to give him like 13, 14 or higher. So especially that he can play defensive roles. I know number 2 you might want to give to a fullback or something, but no one had that number. So yeah, for a guy that's playing a defensive role, I think that is okay. But it's weird, like that's something you have to like think about. Oh, am I going to select a right number for a play? And that's not something I want to worry about so much as well. Think about getting it right or wrong. So yeah, like a lot of players have different numbers and they own it for their club and yeah, make it their own. So hopefully, yeah, Emre Can, he will come. Like, I want to focus on him now. Like Dyer, yep, we got the money for him. He's gone. Would they think it was a lot or not enough, or just a bad move in general, regardless of the money? Yeah, those could all be discussions. But now Emre Can is our man, and yeah, let's focus on him and see what he's going to do for the club. But there you go. Manchester City do win in their first game against Middlesbrough, another newly promoted side. As you see, the previous season, they came second in the championship. They do have this hot prospect. I noticed him because I scouted him before. He looks good, but he only has 3 natural fitness. I feel that could deter him. He could still develop into a decent player, but I feel having him like as a player in your team, yeah, that will stunt his potential, definitely. And then just his general performance. But yeah, so that newly promoted team, Manchester City beat them 1-0. That was a decent result for Manchester City. I feel like we're going to be documenting Manchester City's season. And Eric Dyer seems to have a good start. He even got assists playing centre-back, so it looks like that's going to be the role. We used him more that centre-mid or that defensive midfield kind of role. So it will be interesting to see. I just feel like I want to document his season and see how he goes. And I actually want to see him do well. It's not one of those cases, oh, I sold a player and want to see him do badly, so it's a good deal. I actually want to see him do well because he was always good for us. And don't forget, it was one of those situations when Manchester City showed interest, he wanted to go. So I hope you understand that as well. He wanted to go, and if I declined the offer, he would have made an issue about it. And maybe the next season he wouldn't have been that good. So I feel no one really kind of took that into consideration with that. So yeah, when a player sees they have interest to them, like a bigger club, they'll get paid more, they want to go, and keeping them against their own will is not always the best thing. So that's like another thing to keep in mind. But guys, now into the first Premier League game of the season. We should be getting a win at home against Burnley, start the season well. So this is going to be, well, it was even an issue, not an issue, it was just, yeah, a case last season when we would have Dele Alli, Christian Eriksen, Asensio. I already mentioned that in a previous episode as well. To you guys, what is the preference? So right here, if we brought Dele Alli in, he'll come in that position. But I wouldn't use the advanced playmaker. I would use the roaming playmaker. So if I bring him in there, don't forget, Dele Alli is still good. Can't get like overshadowed by the new signing of Asensio. How does Asensio fit in? Because he's 22. You don't really see him as a young player anymore. So it could be a fight between him and Christian Eriksen. But Christian Eriksen is a good player himself. But do we give him a chance to start? That's Marco Asensio in his very, very best position. I feel that's what we should be playing him in. And then it's a case of starting like him or Christian Eriksen, and Dele Alli can play in his central midfield position. But again, it's a guy, like, I don't think it's wise using two advanced playmaker roles. Sure, it could work, but personally, I think in my mind, I need to play a different role. Roaming playmaker, Dele Alli, he did well in that last season, even though it's not his most natural role. And then we've changed the role and duty for Emre Can, deep lane playmaker, but on the defend duty there, so he can play that role the best as he can, so he can still have some defensive duties, because I know he's going to be able to do that effectively, and that's the most natural, or one of like his 100% natural positions and roles and duties. So I think we are going to get into the game with this 11. So it does feel like a lot of these teams lower in the league, they go with that like 4-4-1-1 and play with defensive midfielders, which is understandable, of course. But take a look at our 11 now. I think it is looking very strong. So even with Ginter coming in, as you can see, we got the suspension to Vertonghen. So yeah, Ginter's going to come in, Matthias Ginter. And he's going to be, I feel he could be one of those underrated signings, not focused on so much, but hopefully he can play a good role for the season. But in it, like, just looking at the team, it looks good. Look, Harry Kane, Bale, Asensio, Di Maria, Dele Alli, Emre Can, and then don't forget how we've got the likes of Lamela. I wouldn't put Lamela in the same kind of description as them, but then Christian Eriksen, even Dembele. So we've got a strong like midfield and attack. But now just into the team talk. Passionately, yeah, the media have given you a lot of credit. Yeah, let's put on a worthy display. Decent reactions there, quite a few motivated, especially around the midfield, few defenders. But yeah, the absence of Jan Vertonghen, but it gives a good chance for Ginter to come in. I think I'll just go with saying I believe in the team I selected today. So let's see how we start here. Di Maria goes into Dele Alli. He missed that previous game. He had a little knock, but he should be ready for the season now. So let's see what they're going to do. We clear it. Okay. It's a bit of yo-yoing headers, if you can call it that. But, oh, look, Asensio. Ooh. Well, that was really, really nice. That's what we paid for. And I say it leads to a goal, but Bale as well. First, how about this, though? It's the first game at the new White Hart Lane. And, oh, that rhymes. It's like... Gareth Bale, like, it's only fitting that Gareth Bale, like, Spurs fan, obviously understandable, loves him, he loves Spurs, so isn't, like, how fitting is that, though? Like, oh man, it's a really good feeling. Maybe you Spurs fans watching this, you might feel the same. That's really amazing to see. But the touch, oh, Dele Alli whips this in. I just feel we're going to have another good season. Here we go. Asensio. Oh! Oh! How good was that, mate? How good was that? It's just 5-6 minutes in. Don't get too excited because it's Burnley, but just what the players are doing. Look at the touch. Look at the technique. Look at the dribbling. The ball control. Look at that from Asensio. He wasn't even looking at Aurier initially. What? That's insane, though. Come on. This is beautiful stuff. And Harry Kane is continuing from last season. It's just... Whew. And don't forget, we have got Andrea Bellotti, who's one of the better strikers in Football Manager. So, and he's another one. Like, whew, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Because I don't really know. But it's a good option to have, that is for sure. Are we going to score another? Is it going to be 3 in 9 minutes? Oh, yes, I think it is, boy. What's that? 8.5. Oh, 3 goals? Man, I wasn't even worried at all, like, about this season. Like, I knew how we were playing last season. I had that in mind. Like, if you remember the style of football we're playing, we're continuing that again, obviously. But with the talent we've got, like, we're only going to pile on with that. Like, for sure. Oh, wow. Like, sure, we had players departing, but as a whole, the quality of players we've brought in, I'd say that's better. Like, oh, man. And I know this is only one match, but it looks promising. Or, yeah, and I'd love that. I'd love a huge win to kick things off. Let's go. Come on, Emre Can. Asensio. Look at the ball. Oh, it was an inch-perfect tackle, apparently. And Harry Kane. It's just the confidence. When you've got a mix of confidence and elite talent and this style of football, they're playing this fast game, you see it on Oh, you see it definitely. And now Davis, nice pass to Gareth Bale. And obviously Gareth Bale has some like injury troubles, but yeah, when he's like fit and flying. How many chances have we had though? Yeah, we've had 9 shots in total, 4 on target, almost 70% possession. We're on 69. So if you just go into the analysis and the match stats, and then match stats, yeah, we've had the 2 clear-cut chances, but it feels like we've had more than that. Definitely. But yeah, this is a wonderful start. Now Brady puts it in, and lucky we didn't concede. I think it's a perfect time right now just to tell the lads to concentrate, just focus. I always love to do that. I feel it covers both defensive and attack. You say tight mark, just focus more defensively. But yeah, concentrate should be able... You don't exactly go more tighter marking, but yeah, you want your players to concentrate. Sometimes you want that even more. Now Bale, because just because you say tight mark doesn't mean they're concentrating. So here we go. Asensio. Come on, lads. We've had, like, the last 3 chances have been good opportunities and you've missed them. It could have been 5 or 6-0 already. Gareth Bale. Like, you're just seeing highlight after highlight right now. Surely the next... Yeah, I'm not surprised we got a penalty because like it's just chance after chance right now. And Harry Kane, has he missed a penalty yet? I can't remember, but at least for this season, it's a good way to kick it off. That's his hat-trick. It's just same old. Like for Harry Kane from last season. Normal service resume right now. Like, there's nothing new. And could we have a 5th? Because there's enough time the highlight started. It's not just one at the end of the half. We could make it 5-0. Harry Kane. Okay, maybe not. And see, we missed one player at the back. We got Ginter to come in and he's done, alright job so far. Hasn't really looked out of place, which is a good thing. Like I said, he can come in centre-back and right-back. More natural as a centre-back, of course, but you could say maybe we needed a right-back, like another backup, but Aurier will play a lot. Essentially, okay, there won't be a goal before halftime. But the only complaint for this match so far in the first half is that maybe we wasted some opportunities. And when that's the case and you're winning 4-0 already, it's okay. Oh, but what a start. But again, we'll just go into the team talk. I don't want to get like too ahead of myself because, as I said, I know it's only Burnley, but when you play like that, you can only be excited. It's not even the fact of dominating them. It's the style of how we are going about it. The technical brilliance. It's more than just about beating Burnley. It's more, like I said, the style we're doing it in. Okay, we've got a throw in here. Aurier to Emre Can. Dele Alli. Asensio just... Oh, I thought that could have been a good chance. We gave away the ball. I was almost going to praise how we were going about it. But Aurier, he is good. He had interest as well. But he's a key player. Asensio, Di Maria to get this in. Oh, see, we've actually, believe it or not, like we've wasted at least probably 5 good chances. And we're still winning 4-0. That's how crazy it is. But Burnley... It could lead to them having a chance. They put it in. Good save. That was a tricky one for Hugo, but he dealt with it. But I think it's a time in the game, like, we've already got the points sealed for sure. So I think players with a lower condition we can take off, like Marco Asensio, and then we can actually try to bring on Christian Eriksen, get his minutes in. And you see everyone having a great game at the moment. No real bad performances. No one below that 7 rating. But I know Moussa Dembele does want to play a bit more, so he's going to fight for that position with Emre Can. You can't just like think of him as like invincible, even though he was a big signing and want him to do well. Yeah, I think that's a straightforward swap there with Moussa Dembele. Same role as well. He seems he's pretty good at, and obviously we utilised him, so I know. And yeah, we'll just leave one more. You just never know. Football Manager making all 3 subs and there's still 30 minutes left can always be a danger. So yeah, we're just waiting a bit more. I think, around 15 minutes. Well, look, Arsenal with that 4-0. And actually, Arsene Wenger, he left. He didn't get fired. He actually left the post. And yeah, Luis Enrique. And he actually, Arsene Wenger, he's the French manager now. He went to manage France. So... that will be interesting to see how France go. Obviously, they've got quality players, but as I mentioned, we've probably got one more change up our sleeves that we'll make, or yeah, we do. Not probably. We do have one more sub left. It's just a question of who will that be. And it's like who we want to see, kind of. Like Harry Kane, he's done his bit. So I think we're going to take him off. He's got his hat-trick, so he can be, applauded off. And because I want to see Andrea Bellotti. I want to see what he can do. So let's say it's not much, like he's going to need to start some games. You've got to give him that chance. But Harry Kane, you're not going to doubt what he can do. But Di Maria puts it in. Bellotti, he didn't need much time. And he helps out Gareth Bale getting his second goal. Back his first official game for Tottenham. First Premier League game for sure. Back at Spurs. And Bellotti, he did take the shot. But Bale was well positioned for the deflection. But now McLean, could he set one up? It's Wood. Gets it back. Oh, we concede. I was looking for a clean sheet in this game. Oh, that's Ginter with the own goal. That's a bit disappointing. Because, like I said, he was having a pretty decent game. And that's going to be a little blow on his performance. But his rating is still staying strong. Honestly, still saying a 7.7. But, yep, we've had a straightforward game now. Only 10 seconds left when the highlights started. So there won't be a goal here. We're just going to take this 5-1 victory home, that is for sure. A great new era at the new White Hart Lane. Again, the only negative on that was the late goal conceded, the own goal. But yeah, we had such a great performance. That's not really going to be something to talk about. We'll go passionately. Very happy about that. So great way to kick things off for a new season. But yeah, the new White Hart Lane as well. And also, it's just fitting that Gareth Bale is home now, and the fact that he was one of the best, if not the best on the day, which you could argue he was, along with Harry Kane. Like, they both did well. They're back playing together as well. So all is good right now. Not too much to question at the moment, at least. 5-star Tottenham triumph. Classy Kane. He's going to have another great season. Let's see if he could beat his Premier League record from last season with his 32 goals. But it's not too surprising. It's just like coming off his form in real life, which was excellent. Like you'd say last season in real life, he had a better record because 29 in 30. So yeah, there's that as well. So he's just kind of doing what he was in real life, and having this guy, he came through the ranks of Tottenham. So yeah, a true Spurs lad. But we will leave it there for now. We'll just play one game in this episode, especially early in the season. But later in the season, when there's going to be a lot of Champions League games, that kind of stuff, you'll see more double games in an episode. So hopefully you'll see that. But definitely, guys, if you want to see upload every single day of this series, because I'm really loving it right now, and I feel as it goes on, you're enjoying it a lot more. I really want to do this consistently. I'd say just until FM18 is done, and then up until FM19 is out. So, well, at least until FIFA 19, because then I focus on that. But yeah, so hopefully that will be good, because if I do this for the rest of the cycle of FM18, I think could get to like 100 episodes if I just keep doing it. So yeah, it'll be good to do that, and I think that this will be my series to do that for this year, not really another one. So yeah, just keep going with this. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. As I said, smash the 100 likes on this video. I'll get the next episode out as soon as you do, and I'll see you guys next time.